Good morning. And what do you do first thing on a Saturday morning? Hi and welcome. It's interesting. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of those memes that says that weekends for people that's like under the age of like 30, it seems to be that period of time where you go out, you party, you do amazing things, you kind of completely and totally trash your body so that you start Monday broken. And then hopefully utilize the working week to get yourself back into a position where you can have an absolutely fun-filled weekend again. Then you seem to make that transition point where actually the weekends are the point where you feel like you start yourself broken. And then you utilize the weekend to recover just to be able to get back through the working week. Now, the thing is, it doesn't always have to be like that once you kind of reach that over 30s kind of mark. You can still have some amazing fun at the weekend, do some amazing stuff. But the key thing is, you still got to listen to your body and hear what it actually has to say. And make sure that you're doing the right things for it. And then what better way to start than with a stretch Saturday? We haven't done a stretch Saturday here for quite some time, actually, one thing or another, with all the various different things that have happened over the summer months. So it's brilliant to be able to push ourselves and actually get a stretch Saturday done today. If you'd like to join us on this stretch Saturday, as always, you can just join us in the Facebook group, Sharp Fit Virtual Workout Classes, and from there you find all the details. And come and have a laugh with everybody while we're here, and also be able to start working on stretching our muscles, because developmental stretching is an absolutely fantastic way of doing a few things. One, being able to ease that kind of muscle pain you've had throughout the week, and also two, being able to stretch those muscle fibers out so they actually start to get bigger. Because as we're utilizing them, we're creating stress, we're kind of knotting these up. Have you ever been for a massage, for example, and the masseur said that you've got a lot of knots, a lot of tension being held in your muscles? And that's potentially because you've been utilizing a lot. And what happens is the muscle fibers start to kind of bond together and kind of really tighten. And here what we're trying to do is make sure we're loosening them. That's a great thing to actually be able to stretch the muscles from the muscle groups you'll be utilizing during a session straight afterwards to make sure you get that elongation. It also reduces things like your DOMs. It also makes it that you should recover that a little bit quicker as well. So there's lots of really good reasons why you should be doing stretching even afterwards. But today, as a specific session, we're just going to concentrate just on stretching for the sake of stretching, and then that way we'll help you utilize it to build the size of our muscles over time. Right, so without any further ado, let's see who we've got in the Zoom room today. Good morning. Oh, he says, does the button work? Yes, the buttons work, thank God. Good morning, Frank and Mark. And Caroline. Good morning, Caroline. Morning. Lovely to see you all today. Excellent. And thank you. My alarm. He set the alarm for us. Yeah, Frank was saying earlier about the alarm clock problems yesterday. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, definitely for a Saturday morning as well, where normally people would be relaxing. It's great to actually see everyone's here. So, no, brilliant. Thank you. Right, so without further ado, let's get. I'm going to do a warm-up routine, but this time we're going to do it so we're just stretching off more than anything else to make sure we've got all of our muscles working. Let me just see if I can make you guys a bit bigger on my screen. I'll make sure everyone's working okay. That's better. Okay, so for our stretch off routine this morning, I just want us to start by moving our arms just up and down, just laterally, as far up as you can get them, as far down as you get them. If you want to move about with your feet, you're more than welcome to do so, just whatever makes you feel comfortable. We're just going to try and get all of our joints nicely moving this morning. That's it, up and down, really nice, big kind of movements. Now we're going to move these now and start to bring our arms forwards, big rotations. Okay, big rotations of our shoulders. And just listen to our bodies, see what they're telling us. Where's things feeling a bit tight? Where's things feeling a bit knotty? Are we starting to get the Rice Krispie effect, as my friend David McConaughey would say? As things are kind of moving around, warming up. Starting to move our arms backwards. Okay. From there, we're going to bring our arms up to our sides. We're going to bring one arm, palm up, one palm down, the palm that's up, just push over to that side. And then turn the other palm up, the other palm down, push over to that side. And again, back the other way, and the other way. Nice fluid motions. Really feel yourself stretch out on each side. Okay, bring ourselves back up again. And this time we're going to be just utilising our elbows. So sometimes it helps by putting your thumbs up, and then that way we're going to bring our elbows round, twist our thumbs down, and bring them back down again. All the way around. Nice movements. Get them a little bit quicker. By this stage, if your shoulders are burning a little bit, don't worry, it's normal. I'm going to go the opposite way as well. Okay. Feel I'm going around. Okay, I'll bring them down now. What we're going to do now is just utilize our shoulders. Try and get our shoulders to our ears. So shrug up and down. All the way up and pull them all the way down. Up and down. All nice and simple this morning. Right, now we're going to roll the shoulders forwards. As we do that, really feel our backs expand, our chests contract. Really squeeze our chest muscles together, our pectoral muscles, as we bring in our shoulders all the way around. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So bring them backwards, compress our back, and expand our chest. All the way around. Nice big movements. So, all the way around. Okay. Right, now we're going to move ourselves a little bit further down. We're just going to bring our arms together. We're just going to twist around to the side. All the way around. And then to the other side. And again. Try to feel that stretch all the way down your sides. Through your serratus, transverse abdominis, your obliques. And then from there, we're going to move more into our hips. We're going to go for a hip flick. So side to side, flicking our hips. It won't be a time for doing this unless I told you that this is the movement you use when you're righting your boat. If you're in a canoe and you're upside down, it's this nice movement that'll get you back up the right way around. Nicely one side to the other. As fluid as you can. Okay, and now we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So again, push your backside backwards, and then all the way forwards, and backwards, forwards. That's it. Nicely feeling everything in your side pelvic girdle starting to move. Loosen off quite nicely. Now we're going to go from rotations. So pretend you're in a box. You've got to try and make this as big a box as you can by just moving your hips. So push each of those sides out of that box, make it a big, big box. I'm going to do the opposite way around. All the way around. If you've got any tight bits, just note them down. I think actually I know what's going on there. Okay. And as we move down, we're going to move to our knees now. Sometimes it's easiest to bring your knees together. I'm just going to roll them around in a circle. Yeah. On the side, really push your knees out. Roll them around. I'm going to go the opposite way as well. Alright, I'm going to drop down to our ankles. We're going to do some ankle rotations. If you need something to hold on to, just grab hold of something. If you don't, just use your balance. We're just going to rotate our ankles in one direction. And then the other. And then switch your feet and do the other foot. Rotating the ankle in one direction. And then rotating the other. Okay. From there, we're going to move up to our hands. So we're going to start off with our wrists. We're on a manic day in the office. So let's just flick the wrists. Yeah. So it's as if you're having a crazy day, get all those emails out, write those reports, you know, the usual thing. Okay, turn our wrists upside down, so palms up. Keep flicking those wrists. And palms back down. And palms back up. Okay, bring our elbows together. I want us to interlock our fingers. I'm going to roll our wrists. One around the other. Let's try and get as fast and fast and fast as we possibly can. Okay, slow it down now. Now what I want us to do is go the opposite way. Now you're going to find this is a little bit more clunky. You have a positive, a dominant and a recessive side. But as you're going the opposite way, try and get to go a little bit faster. Okay, well, relax those wrists. Now we're going to move up to our neck. Now we're nice and warmed up. Do our axis and atlas joints. So just look to the left, look to the right, to the left, to the right. Just take your head as far as it will go. Don't try and push it. Just warming things up. Okay, and then bring it back to the center and look to the floor and look to the ceiling. Floor, ceiling. Let's work in that joint. Make sure it's nicely lubricated. Okay, bring it back to the center. Try to get one ear down to your shoulder and then the other ear down to your shoulder. One ear and then the other ear. That's it. Just feel that nice stretch. We're just utilising those joints. Okay, so hopefully we're all nice and warmed up. So we're going to start off with our first stretch today, which is going to be for our chest. So just to remind ourselves, our chest is made up of our pectoral muscles, which start roughly about our sternum and branch out, fan out like a fan across your chest, and then connect to your arm here. If you actually just run your hand up the inside, up your side of your body into your armpit, you should be able to feel that muscle that's just there. And if you now just squeeze your chest, you should feel it go tense. Stop squeezing, it should go relaxed again. Yeah, that's your pectoral muscle that we're going to be working there. So when we're going to look to do this, we're going to find a wall and we're going to look to try and stretch that muscle slightly. So we're going to bring our arm up into 90 degrees, put the wall against that, and then we're going to bring our body to a point where we can feel it just stretched there. Okay, so again, just to quickly demonstrate, on the wall, we'll just find it there and then just push gently into it. So find that space. I'll give you a second to find that stretch point. And once you've found that stretch point, get you to hold it. We're going to hold it 15 seconds. And relax. We're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to do these twice. This time, see if you can just push that a little bit further. Find that stretch that a little bit more and hold it. Just remember, you're not looking for any pain. Just a little bit of stretch. And relax. Okay, so that's one side done. Now we're going to do the other side exactly the same again. So arm up against the wall. Find that stretch point. And hold it. Okay, and relax. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And relax. Okay. So hopefully you've felt you've had a stretch just across your pectoral muscles on each side. So now we're going to move on to our arms. We're going to stretch our biceps next. So the biceps are a very similar movement we're going to make. So biceps connect, again, back up the top of your shoulder, down towards your elbow. And the movement they make is by pulling your arm towards you. So this is how the bicep works. So what we're looking to do is to stretch it, we need to move it the opposite direction. So we're almost pushing it that way. So what we're going to look to do is keep the arm straight, again, utilising a wall. As we're pulling, we're looking to feel the stretch here. So we're going to put the hand on the wall, push against the wall, so we can feel the stretch across your bicep. So as a quick demonstration, so we keep the hand roughly shoulder height, with your bicep facing forwards, and just push into it. So you find yourself space. Okay, and we'll do our first one, so find that stretch. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch and hold it. And release. I'm going to do the opposite arm. So exactly the same, but the opposite way around. So bicep again facing forwards, arm roughly about shoulder height. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, so that's done our biceps. Now we'll move on to our triceps. So these are the large muscles go down the back of your arm. So they do the opposite to what the biceps does. So that's like antagonistic muscle, and they pull your arm backwards. So for us to make these stretch, we have to bring our arm as far forward as we can. So we're going to do this by one of two ways. We're going to either bring our arm up over our head and push down with our elbow to feel the stretch down your tricep. If you can, bring your opposite arm up, grab hold of your hand and pull down with your hand. So whichever of those two methods you can do one of those methods. So find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. And back again. Find the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. Now we're going to switch arms. So exactly the same motion, but with that other arm. So either holding our top of our elbow down or reaching behind it and grabbing up. Now find the stretch point and hold it. And release. And then one more time, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, so that's done our arms. And what we're going to do now is going to move on to our back. We're going to do two different stretches for our back. One to try and work more down our sides, and one to do our backs itself. So starting off with our sides, just standing upright, we're going to bring one arm up over our heads. Grab hold of the wrist with your other hand and feel like you're pulling yourself over. What you should feel is a stretch down this side. So find that stretch point and hold it. And release. And one more time. All the way over, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, and then to the other side, exactly the same. Arm over, grab hold of the wrist, and bring yourself over. And hold it. And release. And one more time. All the way over, and find a stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. For the next one, this one's a bit like looking like a diver. So we're going to bring our arms up as high as we can. We're going to bring our body over and try and feel that stretch down our back. And once we found it, just hold it. And release. Okay, one more time. All the way up, feel that stretch. Coming all the way down. We find that stretch point. We're going to just push a little bit further and hold it. And release. Okay. So that's both of those two. Now we're going to move on to doing our shoulders. So for our shoulders, looking at how we're going to stretch the back of our shoulder muscles. We're going to bring our arm straight across at shoulder height. Once we've got it there, we're just going to pull our arm towards ourselves so we can feel that stretch down the back of our shoulders. Okay, once you've found that stretch, hold it. And release. One more time. All the way across. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Then the opposite arm, all the way across. Stretch it in and hold it. And release. And one more time. All the way across. Stretch and hold it. And release. Okay. So that's all our upper body is done now. And again, each one of those, if you've done, for example, a shoulder day, do shoulder stretches afterwards. Arm day, do the arm stretches afterwards. Just need to do the one set as we're just doing them to release the muscles after we've done a workout. And maybe do a developmental set once a week or once a fortnight or something, just to help expand them. Right, so let's move down now into our legs. We're going to start off by working our quads. So for that, what we want to do is take one leg. We're going to bring our heel as close to our bottom as we can so we start to feel the stretch down our leg. If we find that's not a good stretch, then just bring it backwards a little bit and you'll find that stretch will increase. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, and then one more time, the same leg. Find the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, switch legs. Again, find the stretch point and hold it. And release. And find the stretch point again. and hold it. And release. Okay. Next one we're going to do, some people colloquially know it as a runner stretch. So we're going to put one foot forwards, pointing our toes up towards the ceiling. We're really trying to pull your toes as far back. You should feel that in the back of your calf. And with the other leg, you're going to just bend it so you can start to feel that stretch down the back of your hamstring, down the back of your calf. And just above your knee, just apply a little bit of pressure. Not a lot, just a little, just so you can feel that stretch out a little bit more. I'm going to hold that one. And release. And then one more time. Again, bend that knee, pull those toes back. Hold it. And release. Switch legs. Exactly the same motion again. So pull your toes back as far as you can. Feel that stretch down your calves. And then just try and feel that stretch in your hamstrings. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Find that stretch point. Apply a little bit of pressure. And hold it. And release. Okay. Right. So that's our legs done. We're going to now move down onto the floor for our final exercise around our legs, and then we'll do some general stretching, which is good for form and posture. So bring yourself onto the floor. We need to lay out with your arms stretched out so you look like a giant T shape on the floor. Then you'll bring one leg up over the top of your other leg that's lying flat on the floor, and just try and tuck your foot underneath your knee, underneath your leg. From there, you're going to continue to roll that leg, that knee towards the ground, but without taking your shoulders off the ground. What you should find is you get a great stretch down through your bottom, up your back, into your chest. So as far, so try and get things as close to the ground as you can without raising your shoulders. Just hold that. And release. And one more time. All the way over. And release. Okay, now we're going to do the other leg. So just drop the both legs to the both flat. Bring the other leg up over the top of your lying leg and tuck it underneath your knee, your foot that is. And then roll over onto that side with your leg so your knee is almost on the ground but without raising your shoulders off the ground. And hold it. And release. And one more time, all the way over, and hold it. And release. Okay. Right. So from there, we're going to bring ourselves and lie flat on our front. And right, we're going to move it so we bring our hands underneath our shoulders. And we're going to press ourselves up and look up at the ceiling. Feel our backs compress, our fronts expand. Feel that stretch. Okay, and then from there, we're going to push ourselves backwards. So then we bring ourselves into what you call a child pose. So we bring our arms flat to the ground, our body flat to the ground. We're pushing our backside onto our heels. Hold that. And then reverse that back onto the ground. And push up from your elbows, look up at the ceiling. And then one more time, pushing your backside backwards. So stop on your heels. And getting your body as flat as you can to the ground. Arms outstretched in front of you. Okay. Right. Now we're going to bring ourselves up onto all fours, so on our hands and on our knees. And we're going to feel, just make it feel like you've got a piece of string passing through your body, through your belly button. And what I'd like you to do is try and pull that string up as far as you can, arching your back and pulling your head under. Some people call that the angered cat pose. And then doing the opposite. So you're pulling the string down to try and pull your belly button as far down towards the ground as you can, looking up at the ceiling. Which I think is called the cow pose for some people. And invert it again. Feel that piece of string pulling your belly button up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch. And then feel it pulling it down towards the ground. Looking up. Okay. And from there, we're going to move it out. Bring one hand forwards, one leg pointing backwards. Really point the toes and point the fingers. And try and stretch your body out as far as you can. Make it as long as you possibly can. That's it. And switch legs and switch hands and do the opposite. Try and make those as long as you possibly can. Okay, and back to the first ones. Really push it. And then on the other side. Okay, stand yourself up, have a bit of a shake. If you've got yourself some water, grab yourself some water. And that's the end of Stretch Saturday for today. How are you feeling?
Matt.
You're welcome. All good?
All good.
Not too many aches and pains and niggles?
No, I'll tell you what, I don't know how you get to join your hands up behind your back. I'm miles away from that.
It's doing it for years, that's all it is. It does get there eventually. And just remember, everybody's body's different as well. So some people's body mechanics might never be able to do that, and that's fine. Yeah, so just work with what your body can do rather than thinking, oh, I'm failing because I can't get to do that little bit. Might be that is actually that's where your body's designed.
Yeah, okay, that could be me. I've got about upper kilometre from my hands at the moment.
Cool. But yeah, this is the key thing, and I think one of the things I found is I was always trying to copy everybody else and trying to be as good as everybody else, and when you see somebody else perform a certain way, you think, oh, I should be able to do that. I mean, you can't do that. You know, you feel like a failure, and it isn't. It's sometimes you're not designed to do that. It's like, for example, if you look at the body shapes of different athletes, they're great at their sport, partially because of the amount of effort they put into it and they practice, etc. The other part of it is the body shape. A swimmer, for example, is long, is thin, is got that kind of tapered shape, versus a rugby player, which is like you built like a brick outhouse kind of thing. you wouldn't find a rugby player would be a great swimmer. And likewise, I think a swimmer would probably get broken in a rugby scrum. But they both work really well in their own individual sports. And part of it is, as I say, just down to how your genetics work. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's finding what works for your body. So keep trying. No, don't ever stop. But it's trying it in the fact of feeling the stretch in the muscle, feel the benefit that you're getting there. How does that actually help you perform? Are you finding afterwards that actually you are building more muscle? Are you able to move a little bit more resistance, etc.? Do that extra rep and things. Afterwards, after you've stretched, are you finding you're getting less of the DOMs? Is it becoming less painful? Is it getting to recover quicker? Those type of things are the things that you really should be monitoring, thinking, yeah, that's helping me and that's benefiting me, as opposed to thinking, I can't quite, I've still got about half a mile between my fingers. Don't worry about that one.
Great. All right. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
You're going to do one more. I had to say.
Yeah, love it. Cool.
If you stretch to the wall, I also really felt my hands. Because always your mobile hands.
Oh yeah.
Really stretching the hands as well.
Yeah, there's lots of lovely stretches you can do for all your various different muscles. We just go through all the basics and all the big muscle groups here. But yeah.
When you do the wall, you also do stretch.
Yeah. Love it.
The one I love that one. You know, when you flip your wrist. Yeah. I don't know, there's something about that I just really like. It's almost childish, but I love it. You know, it feels really nice.
Yeah. Do you remember Davey McConaughey from Glasgow?
I do, yeah.
So it was Davey who taught me those. So yeah, I always thank you for it. So when he did a lot of boxing, and still does a lot of boxing as far as I can remember. And yes, apparently this one and this one is a lot of what the boxers use to keep supple wrists and strengthen the wrists and things.
Mm-hmm. I remember him. It's ironic. I remember him because I went to PSA Elite in 2019, in January 2019, and he was there, and he was going to the gym at 6 a.m. before Elite, and I thought, you're nuts. And now
yeah, we're on that. So the good thing is it's a perfectly okay condition.
Yeah.
I was looking at your clock because I wasn't sure what time it was.
Oh, my clock.
Yeah.
It's broken.
I thought so.
It's broken. I mean, actually, it's reminding me. Thank you. I need to put in your back trainer. Yeah. It's broken.
Not really working out 4:15.
Always in my house. It's always 12 minutes past 4.
I love it. Cool. Well, have an absolutely super Saturday, guys. And yeah, looking forward to see you all on Monday. Right.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Bye, guys.
Hey. Okay, and we do have it working. Oh, Christ. Telling you, I'm going to have to sort out all my tech issues, I think. But have an absolutely super Saturday, an amazing Sunday, and looking forward to seeing you all again on Monday for our upper body class. Next week, we're just going to be around for the 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but do feel free to come join us. If you can't join us live, which you can find the details of in the Facebook group, then join us on the recordings. You're always welcome to come do that. Please like, subscribe, get the little bell thing going, etc. And that way you always know when we've got these available for you, and hopefully finding these an amazing benefit in your own fitness journey, whether you're starting, whether you're supplementing, or whether actually you're looking at how you can improve things even more. Have an absolutely super day, super weekend, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.